Dan Cap, and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. I know it's kind of been a minute since I've posted, but new year, so I kind of just want to get back into posting consistently. This was something I really wanted to do last year, so now this year we are actually going to do it. I hope everyone enjoyed the Ivy Park videos I was posting a couple months ago. So now I came with non-Ivy Park videos. So I wanted to do this series. I'm gonna call it D-Cap Recaps, for me, Dan Cap. So I'm gonna start with RuPaul's Drag Race, recapping season 13. I'm gonna combine episodes 1 and 2 into one video, and I'll probably be posting this after episode 3 already came out, but that's not my problem. Hope you still enjoy it. For episodes 1 and 2, I think it's good that I'm kind of doing them together, because it'll kind of cross-average them to one great episode. Because for me personally, episode 1 was not super great. Episode 2, I think, was great and kind of brought the average up pretty high for the both episodes combined. Before I really dive in, I just want to give a disclaimer. These are my opinions, Dan Cap, D Cap's opinions. And I've never done drag, so this is just my opinions. It's not meant to be mean to anyone. It doesn't mean that it's what they're doing is bad, because sometimes things are not my taste. It doesn't mean they're bad. I can still appreciate them. It's just not maybe my taste or how I would have gone about it, but I've never been on RuPaul's Drag Race. I've never done drag. So yeah, it's just my opinions. And I would say overall, specifically for these 2 episodes, a lot of any critique that I have is more toward the actual show as opposed to the queens. Because I think the queens and the cast is really, really strong for season 13. I just think some of the structuring of the show is just not as great as it can be, or they're just trying a lot of new things. And kind of seeing what's going to stick. You know, it is season 13. Just trying to keep it interesting, switch up the format, and, you know, that's always risky. So, you know, some things will pay off, some things will be learned lessons. So, that being said, episode 1, I was not a fan of the structure. Usually, the usual RuPaul's Drag Race that we all know is that the queens walk into the workroom one by one, they have their opening line, you know, boop, 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 bop. And then they meet the other girls, you know, they greet each other, they have their entrance look, whatever, and then they'll be like, you know, oh girl, she already done had hers is. And RuPaul come on the screen, be like, welcome to season 13, and, you know, blah, 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 it's gonna be a fun day, this is gonna be the mini challenge or whatever, or, you know, this will be the maxi challenge, then RuPaul will walk in and just talk about it more, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, runway at the end, lip sync for your life at the end, etc. So this season, it was 2 girls walk in, and then all of a sudden, she already had hers is. And RuPaul calls them out to the stage, and when they get to the stage, it's, you know, lights, camera, dun, 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 cover girl, hey, put the bass in your walk. So RuPaul comes fully out, at the end of the episode, introduces the judges, brings the 2 girls on stage, and they're asking them questions, getting to know them better, and then they're lip syncing for their life. These 2 girls are head-to-head lip sync in their entrance looks. So obviously the first time this happens, to the viewer, it's a shock. And obviously to the girls, it's a shock. You're not expecting this. However, the whole episode basically was this happening 6 times. So every single time the girls are gagged, you know, oh my god, there's only 2 of us in here, I thought I was the first one in, blah, blah, blah. For the viewer, you know what's happening. There's no shock. There's no, oh my god, oh my god, they're calling them to the stage. Oh my god, they're gonna lip sync for their life. We know what's happening. So I think that really took away, for me at least, and other people that I know, not that it took away the excitement, but I think it was more shocking for the girls and more of like a twist for the girls as opposed to a twist for the viewer, because you knew what was happening. So the first two, it's Candy Muse and Joey J. I love Candy Muse's look personally. I am a big denim fan, but I'm a big like streetwear fan. So I think her entrance look really represented her as somebody from the Bronx, you know, who's into streetwear. So I think it was really a fun way to make streetwear really fashionable and elevated, and it did, like, obviously was a nod to Dahlia Sin's look from her first episode last season. Joey J's look I thought was cute. I like the chaps. I mean, there was everything with the chicken feathers. That's whatever to me, but I thought their lip sync was cute. The Call Me Maybe. Candy Muse won that lip sync as soon as she hit play on the boombox and, you know, ended it. That was genius. So I think Candy Muse did deserve it. And then obviously Joey J got the pork chop. So the next two into the workroom, it's Denali and LaLaRe. So I thought Denali's look was really cute. It really showed her personality as an ice skater. You know, she wore her ice skates, she wore an ice skating costume. And I thought that really long braid was really great. And then LaLaRe is wearing what I know as a Beyonce on the Run tour costume. I don't know if they just like couldn't really say that on the show, but it's an imitation of an outfit she wore on the On the Run tour. I thought her look, the concept was cute. I didn't really give her a great shape, but so they go on the runway and, you know, same thing. So they do When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls. I thought it was a really great lip sync, especially since Denali was literally in ice skates. That was crazy, and she was doing backflips on the runway in ice skates. But I do think because she was in skates, LaLaRe did win that lip sync. I think it would have been a little more even if Denali wasn't in ice skates, but LaLaRe still slayed it regardless. You know, she clearly is a performer, dancer type of queen. So I think she really did a great job. So then obviously, like I said, LaLaRe won and Denali got the pork chop. So the next pairing, it's Symone and Tamisha Iman. I thought Symone looked great. She recreated the Polaroid outfit that Giselle wore. So I think it was a really smart way for her to show her personality. Obviously, she is a fashion girl, and, you know, I think she just looked great. The wig was cute. It obviously didn't give her a lot of body, but I don't think she's really a big, you know, padding girl. I feel like she is like a, you know, slim supermodel girl, so I think that it worked for her. Tamisha Iman, I thought it was something cute. You know, it was all red with the shoulder pads. I thought she looked nice. But yes, then they go to the stage and they perform Pleasure Principle by Janet Jackson, which for me at least was the only song I didn't personally know. But I think they both did a great job. Tamisha Iman was very doing, like, it seemed like the video choreography. I don't know if that is, like, you know, from the video or from a live Janet Jackson performance, but it was very, you know, doing the choreo. Whereas Symone, I think, really, like, embodied it and just did a really great job. So I think Symone deserved her win, and then Tamisha obviously got the pork chop. So then next we have Utica Queen and Got Mick. I think I enjoyed both of their looks. Personally, I think Got Mick, you know, showed off her makeup skills, the classic white Got Mick face. I think it was cute, you know, it was kind of like avant-garde, colorful. And then I feel like Utica Queens, it was mixing a lot of prints, which could have gone wrong, but I think it really, like she said, had just like a touch of polish where everything went together. Like the colors just went nicely together just with mixing the prints. So I feel like it was just really successful and really kind of expressed her personality. So then they go to the runway and they do Rumors by Lindsay Lohan, which I feel like was a song that's kind of like in the back of at least my mind and a lot of other people's mind. Like we know it from when I was a child, at least. I was probably, 10 when that song came out. So I remember that when it came out, and it's kind of like a nostalgic song. I could tell this was kind of going to be the kind of like least exciting lip sync, just based on the queens. I don't think either of them were really big lip sync performers, but Gottmik wins, which I think was deserved, so Utica gets the chop. So the next two in the workroom are Rose and Olivia Lux. So I'm actually wearing an Olivia Lux shirt right now. I actually do know Olivia Lux in real life. We went to the same college, and she was my orientation leader my freshman year. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like we're best friends or anything, but I do know her pre-drag, and I'm really excited to just see her on the show. I feel like I'll get into it a little more later, but I think she's doing really great, and it's really just exciting to see that she's getting such great feedback both on the show and from the audience. So I think that's really exciting for her. I'm just so happy to see that for her. So with Rose and Olivia, I think Rose seems to kind of be getting a bitchy edit, kind of like a, think she's better than other people edit. But I also think that's just kind of her sense of humor. That's at least the impression I get. I am from the tri-state area and spend a lot of time in North Jersey, New York City, places like that, where I feel like maybe that attitude is not as normal in other places, but I don't know, to me, it just that's her sense of humor. I don't think she means to be nasty or condescending or anything, or judging other people. And I knew of Rose from Stephanie's Child, which they talk about. I was a big Jan fan last season, so I had seen some of their performances on YouTube, so I thought I was excited to see her. I liked her look. I thought it was kind of cute, the pink biker jacket, definitely branding herself with the all pink. It was cute. I really liked the picture she posted in that look on her Instagram. With Olivia Lux, obviously the little purse is iconic for her at this point. Very, Lizzo, little tiny purse. I personally was not a huge fan of her look. I know I just said all these nice things about her, but just personally, it wasn't my taste, but I see where she's coming from with, it looking like a theater curtain. She's a theater musical girl, musical theater. So, and I thought the hair was interesting. I think it was just an interesting concept. It was something different that I feel like I hadn't seen. And of course it was a two-piece outfit, which wasn't clear from the beginning. So that was really great for her to lip sync in. So when they go to the stage, they're lip syncing to X's and O's by Elle King. I think it was a fun lip sync. I think this is just a situation where there was two different lip sync styles. Olivia obviously was really, like she said, feeling the music, and acting it out, being very, using her Montclair State theater degree, really acting it out, embodying the lyrics. Whereas Rose, I feel was a little more fierce, just performing it, performing it as opposed to embodying the message. She was just kind of performing it. So I think it's just different strokes for different folks. I think it could have gone either way, but Olivia won, which was exciting to me. And then obviously Rose gets the pork chop. And then the last lip sync was actually three ways. So it was Tina Burner, Kamora Hall, and Elliot with two T's. So Tina Burner, obviously big New York personality. She had her firefighter outfit, which I thought was cute, and it was kind of, it was a little costumey, but it had the fashion elements. I also thought it was funny that she said, she's the Muppets in Manhattan, because I think she looks just like is it Jason Segel who's in that movie? I think she, out of drag, at least in the confessionals, she looks like Jason Segel from the Muppets movie. And then, so Kamora Hall comes in, the Mackie doll, big hair. I feel like her look obviously was fashion, you know, it was Bob Mackie. If that is her aesthetic, I think that was a good choice for an entrance look. Obviously she wanted someone to ask her who she was wearing, since she asked Tina, oh, like, who are you wearing? And then Elliot with two T's obviously had kind of the most pedestrian, like, you know, just, you know, wearing a woman's outfit look. I thought it was cute, you know, how it tied kind of the red outfit together, you know, just like all the red leather with like, just like the jacket as a, to kind of just do something different to contrast, a contrasting jacket. But, so they go to the stage and obviously they have Lady Marmalade. I was honestly surprised Kamora Hall was able to move as well as she was, but that's great for her. But I do think overall she was held back by the fact she was wearing this huge hair and, you know, this gown. I feel like Tina Burner really did sell the lip sync. Elliot with two T's did pretty well as well, but I definitely think Tina won. So Tina got to stay and the other two girls got the pork chop. So throughout the episode, we see that the eliminated girls end up in the pork chop lounge, which is a lounge with a picture of pork chop, who obviously went home season 1, episode 1, and all the other girls who were the first eliminated from their seasons. So the girls were obviously shook, like they thought that they had come so far, you know, they were finally getting their dream just to be sent home. So I think that was kind of the most compelling part of the episode, was kind of like, okay, what's happening here? Like, that was obviously intriguing of, you know, what's happening to these people who were eliminated, what's happening to the winning girls, like what's kind of happening. So we kind of see that there's two lounges, there's the winner's lounge and pork chop loading dock. So obviously RuPaul announces, you know, not all is lost, you know, I'm gonna let you guys vote on who gets eliminated. So the girls in the pork chop lounge have to all do a vote together. So that was kind of like everything that happened in episode 1. Like I said, I personally just found it repetitive, especially for a opening episode. I think that, you know, on All Stars 4, obviously there was that episode where the eliminated girls came and lip synced against the girls that were still there. And that was a little more compelling because it was in the middle of the season. And there also was other things happening in that episode besides just having those 4 lip syncs. This really was just like the same thing 6 times. And then just with like the sprinkling in of like what's happening in the pork chop lounge, you know, the mystery of like what's going to happen to these girls. But overall, I just wasn't a huge fan of that first episode's structure. But I was excited to see the girls. I feel like all the girls really were compelling. I had obviously watched a lot of the Meet the Queens and like saw a lot of their Instagrams before the show premiered. So I was very intrigued by the cast. So for me, it just was the structure of the episode I wasn't a huge fan of. Please comment and let me know what you thought of episode 1. And then we'll lead into episode 2.